Hey guys, so welcome back. We are in for stocks by request. So I'm doing two stocks by request today, one in the main channel, then the second one in my second channel, Stock Investing Made Easy. But for this video, I want to continue my deep dive for Dito CME based on how it has moved over the past few weeks and the past few months. And up until now, December 2020, it remains to be the most requested stock based on everything that you have been sending me. So, anyways, I just want to structure today's podcast with the following. Number one, price action. How did Dito move for today? For those who don't know, also, I want to give you bits and pieces of its earnings. So at least you have a snapshot of what Dito is as a company, then certain things to consider, and we're going to wrap everything up with technical analysis. So I've been doing deep dives like this in my second channel, but I felt I wanted to give you also something that's close to home since we're going through a long holiday. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas, by the way, to all of you, so that for those who have the time to reflect and study and research, you can use this Christmas season for you to be able to study. And I keep saying this all the time, no, that use your free time, especially for those who are serious to grow their wealth, to start businesses, or to invest. Use your free time to be able to build the skills that will help you make money over the long term, whether it be stock investing, whether it be trading, or whether it be you starting your own business. Always use the time that you have so that you can build wealth, so that you can grow that skill and that acumen. Anyways, so for today's price action, no, Dito has been, from a price movement standpoint, has been very, very interesting for the very reason that if you look at it today, no, it closed at 8.7 pesos per share, which continues to impress in terms of how it has pushed up, giving it a 4.82% gain. And what's interesting about that is over the past few weeks, over the past few months, value turnover volume for Dito CME has been very, very strong, very, very interesting. And I want to highlight this also, no, that uh, majority of whatever volume that we're seeing, and I've said this over and over, is primarily local driven, as you can see right here. Of course, you see net foreign buying at 13.6 million pesos, but foreigners only transacted. Foreigners bought around 25 million worth of shares, then they sold around 11 million, which is a drop in the bucket compared to the 445 million local buying and the 459 million local selling. So predominantly, no, over the past few months that we've seen, see ano, over the past few months that we've been seeing, dito has just been a move primarily by locals. So will that change in the next few months or in the next few years? Let's see how it goes. Allow me to update you. On top of that, I also gave you a detailed description, no, on the exposure of Dito CME in terms of Dito Telecom. I'll say this again, that please do note that Dito Telco is owned by China Telecom, which is around 40%, and 60% is owned by a a very, very deep corporate structure, layered structure. And I made a detailed video on that, which sanga-sanga yan from Udena CME, then all the way to Dito CME, that Chelsea also has exposure to it. So indirectly, no, as a Filipino, if you want exposure to Dito Telecom, the closest that you could have is Chelsea and also Dito CME. That's how you can get a bit of skin in the game to where Dito Telecom is. Anyways, I just want to note this also. These are the broker transactions for the day for Dito. As you can see, it's primarily locals. As you can see also for Call Financial, it really brought in the weight. 29.38% of buying was call, and then 34.45% of selling was call also, which is predominantly known as a local brokerage that transacts a lot of local retail transactions. And what's interesting, and I'll say this again, it's not that Dito is just locals trading, it's also local retailers trading the stock. So that's why you see a lot of, in terms of transactions, in terms of the number of trades that are done, you see larger amounts. And for those who are new and want to know more, the main difference between institutions is they trade large amounts, but they trade lesser times as compared to as compared to what you see for locals or at least retailers. For it to become a large amount, you need a lot of trades, a lot of transactions on, with smaller sizes. So institutions, larger sizes for each trade that they would make. Let's continue. So I just want to point this out also that, and I've said this in a lot of the videos that we've done for Dito, this is what Dito CME is essentially. So as you can see, I made a deep dive on this for I think months ago that the earnings that it currently has is from interest income because as you all know they also have cash that's also parked, and the cash that's parked also is generating them interest, and that's what you're seeing right here. Stretching this forward also from its annual, you see that over the past few years there's really not any significant movement or earnings or something that will cause you from a fundamental standpoint to consider it. I just want to note also that what you're seeing from the past few years that Dito was primarily ISM, and what you're seeing prior to it taking on and transforming into Dito CME, the data that we have that you are seeing disclosed is basically from ISM. So why am I saying this? I did an interview also with Robbie Sampson, and what's interesting and what I found interesting about our talk together was the way he would analyze it or the way he would look at it is not primarily on the numbers yet, because as you all know naman, as of December 2020, Dito does not have any commercial operations yet. If they don't have any commercial operations, it basically means as of this point, if they don't have any operations, there's no sales yet coming in. Meaning, as a core business, Dito Telecom, Dito CME has exposure to Telecom. If Dito Telecom, where Dito CME has exposure in, is not yet earning via sales by getting customers, getting clients, signing in new telecom deals, then there's really no sales that's relatively coming in. So what you look for, what they're looking for is basically key milestones that could lead to Dito operating, that as they start to operate, it now gives them a shot also to earn money. But I'll continually say this, that being the third telco, having a shot to earn money or at least to open puts you one step on the door. We still have to see also once sales start coming in. So if they start, I'm going to show you data later, but once they start operating, once they start getting sales, that's when we look at already their earnings report. And then from the earnings report, that's when we get to see already how big of an earnings that Dito Telecom is currently getting as they start 2021. And please do note, they're not starting January 2021. So in terms of how big their earnings will be, I think a full measure of how interesting their earnings will be at 2022 pa. But what one thing that would be interesting is how fast could they grab market share? Will people be shifting for Dito? Anyways, let's continue. I posted this in the videos that I created for PLDT and Globe and also Converge. But uh, this is the number of kilometers that yung nalatag na kable over the past of at least as of November 2020. So as you can see, no, Dito was able to put around 13,100 plus 100 plus kilometers, which was very very interesting because as of the end of November 2020, it already surpassed Globe. So interesting, but I'll say this again: the battle between Dito, Globe, and PLDT is primarily based on uh, mobile. It's primarily based on data. It's not based on broadband. But anyways, let's continue. So as what I've mentioned, there are key milestones that we need to look for, especially for people who are tracking, trading, and investing dito. So number one is their technical audit, which is if it's December 23, 2020 right now, it's 2 weeks away. Please remember, this was a technical audit that was supposed to be done, I think, 6 months ago, but because of the lockdown, they asked for an extension because they had limited manpower. Uh, there was lesser movement also brought about by the lockdown. So this is where they will test everything to see if they will meet what the deliverables that was given to them. But I made this on a separate video that Dito was able to construct around 1,900 cell towers already. I think this was around November 2020. So as of November 2020, Dito was able to construct 1,900 cell towers. That means that part of its deliverables, this is enough already, at least for them to be able to cover the 37% of the population that they committed for the first year. So please do note the percentage of the population that they must cover scales per year. of service that they're in. I think part of the test also is, aside from the 37% uh, coverage for the entire for the population, is the speed that they committed at 27 Mbps, which is a respectable speed already, which is good, especially for Filipinos who are underserved right now, that their internet speeds are not so fast. Anyways, so another, aside from this, the technical audit that will happen January 7, 2021, please do remember the commercial operations that will start March 2021. So this is 3 months away. This is where it becomes interesting, because this is where they now start getting clients. This is now they where they start selling, and I think, the lifeblood of every business is sales. So there's a lot of there's it's nice to talk about how interesting the business is. It's nice to talk about how they could disrupt, but in my opinion, it will always go back to the numbers. It will always go back to, are people really switching? Are they really either getting a second SIM card similar to Sun Cellular? Because that's what people are pegging it to be. That some people will maintain their current lines, their current SIM cards, but they will get a second one, which will be Tito. So let's see how compelling either the price is that will cause people to switch, or how compelling the speeds are versus the price that will be so attractive for people to be able to move. Um, I just want to note this though, that over the past months, I don't know if you've noticed it also, that because of the lockdown, the need for internet speed has been, I guess, more important now more than ever, and that has caused people to either re-up whatever lines or plans they have, or get more broadband plans also, which they cannot get out of for the next 2 years or so. So just putting it from a competitor standpoint, I think PLDT, Globe converge from at least a broadband perspective, and for those who re-up their lines, uh, Globe and PLDT have that base already. But again, the name of the game still in the Philippines is prepaid, as prepaid still has a larger chunk of the population. But please do watch March 2021, because this is where we see how amazing they are, or how good they will be in terms of operating as a business. So comment below if you're learning, and comment if this is something that is helping you and giving you massive value and massive content, because as you all know, that's all I want. That's the whole heart and the whole goal of this particular channel, is to give you value so that you get to win and you get to trade the markets with confidence. So how it will be, but again, as what I said, the name of the game in the Philippine mobile market is prepaid. Now let's look at the charts. Before I continue, comment below if you're learning. Comment if this is something that's helping you. Comment, I want more of this. Or if you have a stock that you want me to do a deep dive on, please do let me know. And then we're going to discuss it further. By the way, links are in the description below for those who want to attend our first technical analysis course, trading the markets using technicals, this end of January. And all of the other links, data for our free YouTube videos that are available below, the books that I have, our Patreon community, our Instagram community, our YouTube community, and the books and everything else in between are all in the description below. But I'm excited to do the technical analysis live course once again. Tagal na rin, but we're doing this under the new normal social distancing protocols. But anyways, let's continue. So this is basically where Dito is right now. Its main uptrend is currently holding, and if you look at it very, very well, um, Dito had a short correction from June 15 all the way to August, but built a support and started to bounce from that and broke out from that resistance mid-September. So as you can see right here, very, very clear from the chart, Dito is riding a uptrend that started in August. So it's riding now roughly a 4-month uptrend. At up until this point, December 23, 2020, those who are riding this uptrend, there's still no sell signal. There's still no reversal signal. And I'll say this over and over. The name of the game, if you are a person who's trend following, you are a person who's following the charts, is just to stick to the charts no matter what happens. So up until the trend reverses, up until the trend shows you that, hey, it's no longer an uptrend, then the name of the game is just to hold your position up until you see it bend, up until you see it reverse. And I'll say this over and over, the key ingredient for you to be successful in this is patience. Meaning, I've said this in previous videos that my biggest mistakes were not that hindi ako nagbenta, pero my biggest mistakes were nagbenta ako kagad, whereas I should have held my position longer and not sold yet, because the name of the game when you're investing in the stock market is to maximize your gains, maximize your positions, and to maximize it to the fullest extent. So as of this point, you are a position trader, no sell signal yet for Dito. And if I'll show you this, you are asking why is Dito stock moving massively still up until now. You will see it somewhere around November, approaching the end of November, approaching December. You saw it break out once again from the 7 peso mark. I've noted this previously that it formed the range. Now, as you can see, from October to around end of November, it was moving 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7. Then it started to break out end of November, early December to where we are right now. So why am I saying this? Dito, whatever movement we're seeing, it's predicated now that the support for Dito is at the 7 peso mark. And above and beyond that, above and beyond the support at the 7 peso mark, uh, it's moving under the notion of a breakout. And you'll see it, no? What's so interesting about the chart candles here, you'll see during the breakout, look at it, somewhere around here, look at my mouse cursor. Look at this breakout. Then, boom, two large red candles hits the support. Boom, large green candle, down red candles. Then, boom, three large red candles. Then, one red candle, lots of volatility, but this one was so massively strong. So, reading Dito as of now, uptrend that started in August, breakout that started early December, another push up that's currently happening right now. We are seeing it in the midst of another breakout, and this short upward trending line that started at the end of November is still pretty much intact. So to look at Dito right now, as of this point in time, it's still not showing us, as of this chart, any signals yet. However, if I'd extend the chart, you will see this. So should there be any short-term uh, movement, no, it would have been the blockage from the 8.47 level. But I'd like to note this. Dito today broke out already of 8.47. Dito today is already from where we are right now at the 8.60 plus 8.70 plus level is already showing us that the resistance at the 8.47 mark is already broken. So what do you need to watch out for as a stock market trader and investor? Watch out. 8.47. This range, will this be a new support over the next few days? Because if it does, then we may see Dito continually progress higher. Then we may see Dito continually push up higher. If it does not, then we may see it have a temporary correction and it may retrace back here to the main support level that we have at the 7 peso mark. So I will say this over and over. Please do note that 8.47 resistance is broken. Watch out if it solidifies itself as a support. If it solidifies itself as a support, then we may see better days of price movements upward for Dito. If it does not, retracement could bring it back to the 7 peso mark. And then this upward push that we are seeing here, this might be over should this line be broken and in the same way go back to the 7 peso mark. Anyways, if you have any questions, guys, feel free to put it down below or slide them over via Instagram. Put it in the comment section, or we have a DM group also in our Patreon community. Please do note, guys, that no matter how much we talk about this, never buy, sell, hold, or avoid the stock just because I would discuss it in YouTube. Please remember, it's your money, it's your responsibility. The snippets of what I'm sharing here is me sharing my ideas, my thoughts, with the main goal that I hope you get to see and build a template on how I think, how I analyze, how I process information, but never, please, never ever just buy it just because it's discussed here. This is for informational purposes. This is me sharing my ideas, my passion, that I hope it gives value to you and it helps you. But I hope after this, pag-aralan nyo, study, learn to build your own buy, sell, avoid, and hold signals, either using fundamentals or technicals. Because you will never ever make money if you're listening to your friend. You will never ever build wealth that will last if you're not building the conviction on your own. You can never grow to scalable millions if you're just listening to what other people are doing, because it does not build skill, it does not build conviction, and it does not allow you to gain the valuable experience that's so important in the markets. And if you like this, appreciate a couple of things. If you can just, number one, smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, because it will help the channel continually push this video up. And I have two channels, both on I have two channels. Number one, this one. My goal now is somehow to bring it as close to 200,000 as possible as the year comes to an end. And then the second channel, Stock Investing Made Easy. Appreciate it if you believe that this is something that's adding value to you and content to all of you. If you can share it, if you can like it, and then put it in the comment section. I'll go. If this is helping you. So expect more videos today, 8 p.m. We have the CEO of eToro. We are starting a series with him, three videos talking about why he bought Bitcoin at $5 US, how he picks stocks. He talked to Warren Buffett, and Buffett's style, he's using it also in his investing, why he started eToro, why social trading, why copy trading, etc. For those also who wanted to know a macro perspective on property, David Lichu in this channel, we just finished a three-part series. So yesterday, three-part series, David Lichu. You can expect today, tomorrow, and 2 days after, 3-day series with the CEO of eToro. Then 10 p.m. our normal stocks by request session. So I guess that's it for now. I hope that this is something that added massive value and content to all of you. This is Marvin Gurmo. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all.